Hello, Dokkanners. Remember when I told you guys Global Dokkan likes to do things very differently and you can never expect what they're doing? You can never plan for what they're doing? Yeah, they've done that once again. The thank you celebration is about to be something that you weren't expecting, but you can probably tell from the thumbnail and the title. We are getting Resurrection F. Now, I seriously won't steer you wrong, so I seriously tweets this out. It is in fact true. This is the first time that he's spoken on the matter. There was never any indication from I seriously, to be fair, that the Trunks and Vegeta was going to be coming up next. Everyone assumed it was going to be Trunks and Vegeta, myself included. So if you want to call that a Toon L, a Community L, do whatever, it's totally fine. I will own up to it because we just assumed that Dokkan would take the easy way out. This makes the most sense. It involves the least amount of work for them. We just thought that this would be a thing because if you look at the Trunks and Vegeta celebration, this celebration with the Dokkan Fest and then the Tanabata on JP directly translates to Global, because if we look at Global's Christmas schedule, let's actually pull that up. This is how it was last year. So last year's Christmas schedule was basically taking the thank you banner for Global and then doing exactly what it did on JP. So then let's go to the Christmas celebration. I think it's right here, right? No, this is part one. If we go to part two, you see the Gogetas featured, right? The Dokkan Festival, and then the 6 years are featured on the Christmas banner. And this is the first time that you could have bought them with your coins. Now, I think in terms of that is still going to remain. So the 7-year LRs, I believe, will still be featured in the coin shop for the Christmas banner. The difference now is going to be Vegeta and Trunks, the exchange the exchange Vegeta Resurrection F unit on the left here. But that means they would have to build more assets. Now, call it petty, but I think a lot of us assumed they probably wouldn't do that because this is the very reason why they make these, so that it can work for multiple celebrations and not just one. But now they're going to have to do a little bit of work. So yeah, very surprising. So let me just make a little adjustment on the global timeline here. Let's just tweak things around, and there we go. All right. So thank you celebration 2022 is going to be Resurrection F, which means there is a possibility for the part 2 Golden Frieza to be dropping right after, or they could change this up entirely and put this in the new year. I don't know, which is why I'm so glad I had this asterisk. So at least for those of you who might have been, getting your hopes up for this LR, you're going to have to temper your expectations. Given the fact that they've done this, don't be surprised if they once again pull a fast one on you and they don't give you Golden Frieza. What if they change this and they have it Fusion Zamasu? What if they remove this LR slot altogether and they move this until the new year and then we have no idea where everyone's going to be showing up? I don't know. I mean, it's anybody's guess. But I seriously tweeting this out basically confirms that we're going to be getting Resurrection F. Now, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Some of you might think it's a good thing because you've been looking forward to the Resurrection F characters, which is fine. They are fun characters to use. Or is it a bad thing? Let's talk about it. Now, in terms of all of the banners coming up, what these units are capable of, what we know and what we don't know, out of all of these, the general consensus would be that the Resurrection F banner is probably the least hype of everyone that's coming up. And that's not to say that these units aren't fun to use or worth having. I'm simply just saying that comparing to everything else in the schedule, a lot of people would feel differently. Now, for those of you who have been wanting to summon for the Resurrection F characters, be my guest. Do what you got to do. If you want to enjoy the game more by, using your favorite characters, go ahead. Because honestly, the Resurrection F moment when Vegeta subs in for Goku and he ascends to blue is one of my favorite moments in Dragon Ball. I love that. When I hear Frieza go, "Hail Vegeta, Prince of No One," and then you see Vegeta ascend to blue, that is such a great moment for Vegeta fans. I like this movie. So, am I gonna summon? Of course, I'm a whale, but like if some of you guys feel like summoning because you like the characters, you should still do it. So let's actually take a look at the campaign here. Just quickly run through what we can expect. So we got the new Dokkan Festival. We'll look at that in a minute. New Dokkan event. The Super Strike. I mean, we already have the Monarch Frieza or the Mecha Frieza Super Strike event renewal, so we'll get something else. New Clash is going to be coming up. So this is good news because they will most likely be giving us the LR Cooler Army EZA. I would hope that they do because we need it. And this will actually be a blessing if we are able to get that LR Cooler Army, Meta Cooler Army. That will help a lot of you out who are trying to currently beat the Artificial Lifeforms versus Cell Max mission. Because the LR Meta Cooler Army works very well with other Meta Coolers. And if you run a full Meta Cooler team, there is a way to beat the Cell Max event. You're going to have to get lucky, but it definitely helps quite a bit. Plus type advantage and all that good stuff. So new Clash is going to be coming up. We got a bunch of story events coming back. Extreme Z area. Oh, Golden Frieza. Oh yeah. Maybe we get this. Who knows? And then we also got the... Oh! Are we going to be getting the LR Are we going to be getting the LR Metacooler Army EZA and Tech Goku Ginyu? It's possible. It's possible. New Extreme Super Battle Road. We have, oh yeah, World Tournament. I think World Tournament dropping would make sense. We'll see if we get that. We haven't had one in about 4 or 5 months. So yeah, that is the part 1 of the Resurrection F celebration. Part 2 is, of course, the Golden Frieza. We're going to have to wait and see if that actually happens. If we get a second Super Strike event renewal, the Sorbet Golden Frieza EZA, whole bunch of things coming back. And also, I think the sub EZAs for the Vegeta Blues are going to be here. So yeah, a lot of stuff to offer other than summoning. So there's a lot of reasons to be happy about this celebration. It all depends on whether they give that all to us and whether or not you guys actually are going to be summoning. Now, looking at the banner itself, there are obviously going to be some changes since we just had the androids. I would imagine they'll probably change that to something else. At the moment, I wouldn't say that this is the most hype banner. The Super Vegeta is great. The future androids are great, but again, you know, you've already had them. They've already been around. So they'll probably change this, maybe tweak one of these other ones. Now, in terms of the exchange, Goku Vegeta, let's just quickly run through this. Realm of Gods, Mastered Evolution, 170%, extra 30 for Pure Saiyans. Raises attack, causes immense damage. Ki +3 launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 3 turns from the start of the turn. Attack and defense plus 150, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50 when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 25 with each attack performed up to 100%. Okay, and then exchanges with another character can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So after 4 turns, you can exchange. Now, in terms of just this basic build, yeah, it's all about offense. There's no defense, which could be a downside for some of you who like to run some of the more challenging events. You don't see much of the defensive end on this unit. So now when you exchange into Vegeta, what do we get? Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, int excluded 2 rainbow key spheres for 3 turns from the start of the turn. Attack and defense plus 150, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50 when performing a super attack, key plus 1, chance to perform a critical hit plus 25% per key sphere obtained. Now that part is crazy. Key plus or critical hit plus 25 per rainbow key sphere obtained. You can pick up to 5 rainbow key spheres on a given turn from one character. So just think about that. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 100% with 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained, plus an additional defense plus 50 with 3 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. So it's all about picking up the rainbow key spheres. This guy will work well with the Tech Godku, who's able to change orbs into rainbow. He can also pretty much take care of himself. But again, in terms of defense, some of the common things that people look out for. Now, I'm not saying that this is everybody, but some of the main criteria that people look out for these days with the advent of the Cell Max event, these red zone stages, are things like guard, damage reduction, and of that nature, things of that nature. This unit does not possess any of that. This is simply just a unit that can pat on a bunch of stats, hit pretty hard, and gain some nice numbers with relative ease with just rainbow key spheres. So the unit is good, but maybe not good for some of you who prefer things like red zone, extreme super battle, or things like that. Well, maybe extreme super battle shouldn't be a problem, but like red zone, Cell Max, this might be a little bit of a downside. So it's entirely up to you how you interpret the landscape of Dokkan right now. If certain events are your main priority, then maybe this unit isn't necessarily the most, necessary piece for you right now. So it is all up to you. In my personal opinion, I think that this banner can be skipped, not because the unit sucks, but simply because we have been trying as a collective global fandom to survive the onslaught of banners. And right now, I think that this is a boon in disguise. If you are able to skip this banner, that would help out, not even for the Dragon Ball Heroes, but for whatever else is coming up down the line. I see your comments. I see you guys talking about how you are hoping that Gohan Beast comes soon and that the Gammas come back. If that is in fact a reality, and if that in fact happens, well, wouldn't you want to have the stones to summon? Maybe. So it is all up to how you want to be playing out the rest of the year. Hopefully you guys are able to figure this out. Also, real quickly, unfortunately, there are a couple of units that are going to be coming out of this celebration that are actually low-key needed for some people who are struggling on the current Cell Max missions. So like I said, in this celebration, the new Ultimate Clash means we will likely be receiving the LR Metacooler EZA. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. It's possible. So if we get that, that's a plus, because that gives global players a way to bring an extra artificial life form character that has type advantage and is very good against Cell Max for that mission. Then the Tech Goku Ginyu, this unit receiving his EZA through the Extreme Z area. If this in fact shows up on global, that would also be a huge boon, because this is a special pose character that can give you a 59% support on your Dokkan, or not your Dokkan Fest, your Ginyu Force characters, which is huge. And believe me, when you see my special pose video coming soon for Cell Max, you're going to understand just how badly I was struggling against that event. And then the last special pose character that global players could also use and benefit from would be this Jocko. Now, please don't take this as me telling you to summon just for Jocko. Please don't, because he's not even a Dokkan Fest. He's a banner unit. He will be in the unfeatured pool at any time. This unit is a Defender of Justice, key +3, 130%, causes supreme damage with a great chance to stun. The stunning doesn't matter for the Cell Max. Key +3, attack and defense +140, great chance to evade enemies' attack when in the first slot of the rotation. High chance to evade enemies' attack and attacked enemies, attack and defense -20% for 2 turns as the second or third attacker in a turn, plus an additional attack +60% when attacking extreme class enemies, plus an additional attack and defense +20 when with each attack evaded up to 80%. So this guy is a special pose character. Granted, he has to be in certain slots to benefit from the full effects of his dodge, but that will help you fill out your roster a little bit more. And if your rotations end up getting locked by Cell Max, this guy ends up being in the first slot or in the second slot, there is a possible out with his dodging. And for special pose, you need all the help you can get, people, because it is a crapshoot. It is basically just RNG trying to get clear of that event. You're going to see in a video coming soon just how brutal this experience has been for me. I've actually never been more frustrated with Dokkan than I was with this special pose category mission. My luck was very bad for that entire event. But anyway, there you have it. That is the situation on global. Resurrection F coming up next. Will Golden Frieza be in part 2? Are you going to be looking forward to this, or are you going to be skipping it? And what lies ahead for the global timeline? Good lord, this is just one chaotic schedule, and I have no idea. I literally have no idea how this is all going to play out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your reaction to this news. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you going to be skipping? Are you going to be summoning? Does this make your holiday plans easier or more difficult for how you're going to be allocating your stones? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Ugh.